You ready, Nick? Let's get him. Been a minute. What's going on, people? Shout out to my engineer. I ain't seen this nigga in about 4 months. Shout out to my engineer, man. Matter of fact, run my intro back, man. I ain't heard. Let me dribble on him one time. Play that back. You ready, Nick? Let's get him.
Baseballs I was pitching, like basketball pushing a rock. I was the starting point guard for the block. I was the shooting guard when shit got hot. Like Ja Morant, the youngest nigga in the hood with a spot. Baseballs I was pitching, like basketball.
Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Welcome back to the Dribble Podcast by Gully TV. I've been orca busy. I've been ultra busy lately. Shout out to everybody who's been following the whole Pillmatic story and shit. The album is out on all platforms. It's fire. Y'all underestimated me. I told y'all this is going to be a major league event. The reputation, the feedback, the response of Pillmatic has been tremendous. I'm not in front of this microphone boasting just to be boasting. I'm really that nigga right now. Shout out to P.A. Dre. Shout out to everybody who appeared on the album. A lot of underground guys on the rise making a name for themselves. A lot of buzz came with this project, man. Shout out to Zip with the Drip. Shout out to Zip with the Drip, Corona Queens. Controversial, abrasive, got his own thing going. You know, let's get to that. Online and shit. Zip with the Drip is an MC that did about 18 years for, I think, a dice game homicide when he was about 14 or 15. And I met him online simply by catching some of his freestyles. And we just meshed, just developed a relationship. And here we are. Make sure y'all check out the video that I dropped. Zip with the Drip. Zip was the first music video off the Pillmatic album. It's called Game Time, aka Ja Morant. Y'all tag Ja Morant in this music video, man. It's straight fire. Directed by me, edited by me. Fire. Giving the people exactly what the fuck they want. I happen to be blessed with an incredible hip hop ear. And my sound is normally compatible to everybody at the cool table. So shout out to Zip with the Drip, man. I appreciate you, man. You on the rise. You on the rise. People they checking for you. I'm hearing your name a lot. I played the album in front of Bimmy. Shout out to Bimmy from the Supreme Team, Queens. He invited me into his office. I think it's Young Lord Entertainment over there in New Jersey. He doing some real major business over there, man. He had an incredible facility. We sat down and listened to the album, and he was totally engaged. He listened to my 45-minute album basically right there in front of me, track after track. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me feedback, and he was very, very enthused about the fact that I had an album going. He played some unreleased tracks for me. He got music too. He played some unreleased tracks for me from LL Cool J. About 6 or 7 tracks from LL and shit. Some of them sound like they might have been a little bit dated. But it's LL Cool J. It was a great experience to hear some unreleased music by LL. I'm learning more and more about the music business, and I want to share it with everybody as I'm becoming more aware and educated on the whole topic. DistroKid, for everybody that's listening, if you an MC, if you a musician, it's became known to me that, and I believe this, that a guy can go through a whole hip-hop career and not absolutely understand how to make money off of his music. I really, really believe that, because I'm learning really, really fast, and getting the information and shit, it seems to be fairly easy to me, but I don't see it reflected in the populace. I see a lot of people making songs for basically YouTube notoriety, Instagram notoriety, and whatever residuals they can collect off of that, a show here, a feature there. That's how they living. But The DistroKid program is incredible. It put my name places that I had never been internationally. The Pillmatic album just went everywhere. When I Google it or I Google my name, the entries come up in faraway countries, man. People that's hip-hop, and they hip-hopping like a motherfucker overseas. London, United Kingdom, Switzerland, even parts of China. They big followers. It shows in my engagement reports. Big followers of Gully TV. Standout songs on the album, according to analytics, is The Coaching. That's by Donique. And Noah the Flood. It's a righteous theme song. You know, Donique is an MC representing the Nation of Islam. I met him at Savior's Day many years ago, interviewed him. He's from East New York. He fire. I kept him aboard. Noah the Flood is from a whole bunch of places. I believe he's in Texas right now, but he's lived in Texas, Louisiana, California. He one of those guys who done been a lot of places, but he got the understanding of the knowledge itself, and he's a lyricist. A lot of these guys that you hear in appear on the album, there's a few that I've never even met in person. I've never met Zip with the Drip in person. We've never been in the same room. We executed a plan. We put a song together, me, him, and P.A. Dre. We got in the huddled up, put a song together. I contracted a guy to go shoot the video, shoot some scenes for me. Told him, man, all I need you to do is shoot and email these files back. He emailed them back. The finished product is the video that y'all see on YouTube, man, courtesy of the Dribble. Shaheem and Sam Scar have a song called Big Pressure that's gaining steam fast as hell. It has a music video that's viral. As far as me uploading music videos on my channel in recent years, this one has probably done the best of basically uploading a video for someone who's like underground or unsigned. Shaheem, I wouldn't consider him underground, but people that's in this underground pocket of music and shit, you dig what I'm saying? They came out on the album, but yeah, some of them I've never been in the same room with. Smooth, I've never met Smooth. He's a Long Island guy. Got put with him through Hush Kingpin. Shout out to Granddaddy IU, one of the pioneers of hip hop out there in Long Island. He made sure he gave his blessings to me. Mr. Fab and Razcast, they went crazy. Lyricists, lyrical than a motherfucker. Shout out to everybody from the West Coast that bought the album, everybody from the West Coast that's listening, and the West Coast niggas that got on my album. I can't thank him enough, Mr. Fab, straight up, and Razcast. Planet Asia came with the heat. Him, Mussolini, and Aguilar. I tried to recreate Rocket's record sound bombing compilation. That's essentially where my creative mind was when I was creating Pillmatic. The name derived from my love of basketball, you know what I'm saying? I just put some P on Illmatic and shit, you know what I'm saying? Nas was rapping about his experiences in the projects. I'm balling now. I got the pill, you dig? So times it's Pillmatic these days. Aside from that, yeah, I'm a musician now, man. I'm looking to chart on Billboard. I signed up for it. Something that y'all don't know. Some of your favorite rappers put out projects, and the project might be successful, but you never hear him quoting his slot on Billboard or his position, his ranking internationally, because some people don't go to those extremes. I went through every door and crossed every T and dotted every I in regards to this album. I am in the process of trying to get some videos to BET Jams and shit like that. I spoke to D from World Star. Bimmy put me on the phone with him. A lot of people, y'all didn't know this. World Star give out record deals. Something to think about. World Star give out like distribution situations. I was on the phone with a guy over there. It's just unfolding the way it's unfolding right. It took me probably like 19 years to get to this juncture. It never would have happened without all the legwork, all the contacts. You know what I'm saying? My Rolodex, it runneth over. So that's how I was able to execute this. I'm very, very fortunate, and I appreciate everybody who got on the album. The guys who didn't get on the album, it's like three of y'all, Yugmouth, Odie, King Odie. It was a time situation, but we gonna run that back. Shout out to everybody who I spoke to since I dropped. A lot of niggas hit me up like, yo, the album is fire. I convinced some guys. I convinced my peers. You dig what I'm saying? So yeah, looking to be a major player in this music business like Suge and them niggas. Straight up. Pillmatic. Rest in peace to Takeoff. Rest in peace to Takeoff from the Migos. Of course, everyone knows he was killed in Houston, Texas, allegedly at a dice game. I don't know whether he was checking in or not. We already went through all of that on YouTube. A lot of people seem to fault the mob ties guys. That's Jay Prince and his family, his son or whatever. I don't know, but I do know that everyone is responsible for their own security. You can hire someone to protect you or whatever, open doors for you. At the end of the day, your decisions and everything should protect and reflect your interest of protecting yourself. You dig what I'm saying? So just be mindful of where you put yourself at, the type of people you associate, where you hang. You have a choice in this matter. Again, I'll say that again, the types of people you associate with, the element, the energy in the room. Just, you can control that. I'm a firm believer in that. I got here using this type of philosophy. So, yeah, rest in peace to Takeoff and condolences to his family. The Migos have been mentioned as like the Beatles of rap. They clearly one of the biggest hip hop groups that's came along. Shit, probably since the 90s and shit. They right in there with the Ghetto Boys and NWA and Outkast and, you know, Mobb Deep and EPMD, the great groups of hip hop, the Migos. They represented for their generation. I remember when I first heard their music. When I first heard their name on Twitter and shit, I thought it was going to be some corny shit. They came out around the time that Young Scooter was out, and he was talking a lot about Migo this, Amigo that, Black Migo gang, and all this crazy shit. So when they came out and shit, I'm like, womp, womp, womp. But they caught fire and started to gain steam really, really fast, especially on social media. The youth took to them, and once they got their image together, once they got fly, it was a wrap. So, again, rest in peace to him and his family. I went through something online about my critiquing the BMF series. I watched another episode this morning. It's progressively gotten better, but I stand by what I said initially on YouTube. The story is getting old. We have, we're obligated, and we have these platforms and shit. We gotta move beyond the whole gangster kingpin genre. I feel that it makes us all look stupid. When you go on the internet, go on YouTube, and everybody that look like me, dress like me, is probably talking about something that has to do with drugs or violence. It just kind of make us look bad, and I don't stand for that shit no more. I'm not gonna cover any more of that, you know, any more of that gangster style shit. Is just, you gotta have a very, very unique story for me to touch it if you have that attached to your name. But as of right now, I believe that, you know, 50 Cent, who's providing some of the greatest entertainment on Stars and shit like that, should go to the next level of profiling some of our great leaders and revolutionaries. Shout out to Dr. Mutulu Shakur. He was released from prison last week. That's Tupac's stepfather, whatever. He's responsible for Tupac getting the name. His mother was in the movement. He's just done like 30-something years, I believe 34 years or something like that. They tell me that he's been released. because he's on the clock, he's terminally ill and he might, possibly be up out of here real soon. Which brings me back to my point about the BMF situation. If you follow me on IG at IamGullyTV_, I spoke about this. And I'll say this again for anybody who's listening. Anybody who had felony drug charges, who was released during the pandemic for COVID or essentially a cold, a health-related issue, I don't believe you. I don't believe it because in my lifetime, it's been my experience that they don't let niggas out of jail. They don't until you damn near dead, like Dr. Mutulu Shakur. I don't believe they liberated him at this point. He's responsible for the alleged murder of some state troopers in Niagara, New York or something like that. They try to emasculate our great leaders or anybody who does any type of public gesture that displays strength in front of us. They'll try to go and destroy those types of guys. So we got to pass this story on. I listened and I did research on the Black Liberation Army. That's gangster shit for real. That's gangster shit for real. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, the Black Liberation Army sprung when the Black Panther Party started to fragment. It popped off in Brooklyn, New York. Dr. Mutulu Shakur allegedly was one of the top guys. A lot of these brothers have been released in recent years. I believe Herman Bell was the name of one of them, served a lot of time in New York State. But Dr. Mutulu Shakur, to my knowledge, is the last. Welcome home, Doc. I hope you're able to share some jewels with us. And I hope you're able to do something that can combat your health now that you're home. Garlic, ginger, everything. You the doctor. You got a well-known reputation of healing people in the federal system. So let's hope that, we can apply some of this into your life and your situation. Rest in peace to Irene Cara. She passed away yesterday. Irene Cara was a gorgeous actress, appeared on Fame. I think Fame, Sparkle, 1980s actress. My generation will always remember her from the movie DC Cab. Tyrone, the star comedian in the movie DC Cab. Rest in peace to him. His name was Charlie Barnett. He had a big crush on Irene Cara, and my generation, that's how we was basically introduced to her. So when she passed away, I immediately went back and watched DC Cab. DC Cab was an incredible film. Incredible film. A lot of stars in there. Bill Maher, Mr. T, Marsha Warfield. I can go on and on and on. They had comedians in there that great. Gary Busey. Great film. I watched it yesterday. If you never watched it, go check it out. They don't do films like that anymore and shit. DC Cab, been a great one. I'm currently suspended from YouTube, so this video right here, y'all gonna get this probably in a few days when I'm reinstated. But I've been suspended for 4 days. I got suspended for not a copyright violation, for a violation of YouTube rules. They booked me for posting a video of J.R. Smith, the NBA player. J.R. Smith got to roughing a guy up during the George Floyd riots. One of the rioters touched his car, hit his car or something. And I had posted a video of J.R. Smith. I covered the NBA. Posted a video of him kicking this dude ass and shit. And they targeted me for violence. And I can't go live, can't upload nothing for 7 days. So back to the podcast. They can't stop the dribble. I'm still fighting through the screens. I hadn't uploaded to the podcast in probably a month. That's because we were putting the finishing touches on the Pillmatic album, and it became all about Pillmatic. So, yeah, man, that's where I've been. YouTube, my relationship with YouTube. At this point, I feel I grew. I feel I grew beyond YouTube. I feel that's not the route for me. You know what I'm saying? Just as well as I just put out this new album, it's time for me to go off into the major leagues. This will always be my home. You will always get some Gully TV content, either here or on Gully TV Sports. But it's time to move beyond and continue to be a catalyst and a leader in this culture. Everybody has a YouTube channel, and more people is coming to YouTube every day. I think they said they got like 54 million channels on YouTube and shit like that. 54 million. And more coming every day. People seem to think that this is I don't know, the new welfare system, retirement, Social Security and shit. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber. Leave this shit to the professionals. If you don't got no dope content, you just in the way. I noticed that after a while, people with garbage, they'll eventually just drift off. Y'all remember that fat nigga from Jersey? Used to be making videos about me. He breathed like this. Fat nigga, yeah, he's gone. He's gone. There's others. They not here anymore. You very, very rarely see them. I be loving when they disappear, man. Get on out my way, because y'all in traffic, man, when I'm trying to deliver this message and shit. But I'll continue to fight through the screens. It ain't nothing. Shanquella Robinson, the 25-year-old young lady from North Carolina who was killed on vacation in Mexico. Mexican authorities finally filed a warrant for a young lady. They didn't release her name, but there is a warrant for a young lady out here in the United States. They haven't caught her yet, but it's about time. The Shanquella Robinson situation reminded me a lot of the Kanika Jenkins situation. We gotta be careful, man, when we around people who aren't our family. Seriously, the words family and friends, they some tricky words, because you can a friend can become your family. You know what I'm saying? And some of your family might not be your friend. You just gotta be able to, again, fight through the screens. But Shanquella Robinson, man, they got the video footage of someone assaulting her. Some people online were saying that it was a transvestite or something like that who was a transgender, who was responsible for assaulting her, and that's why she was mangled like that. I don't know, but it's time that we need to see a face. We need to see a face, because I'm tired of looking at Shanquella's image, and I know her family's tired of seeing her face plastered all over the YouTube community. It's just a bad situation, but I'm glad that justice is finally being served. It sounded funny to me from the beginning, man. Like, it was dudes there. There's guys there, and y'all on vacation with some chicks, and y'all in the room. You're more than likely trying to fuck something. You know what I'm saying? When they was over there filming chicks fighting and shit like that, it made me question what type of guys these were and shit, like, because that was like some female shit to be recording them chicks fighting and shit. I wasn't feeling it. Nick, man, get these niggas some of the album, man. I be forgetting that I got copyright juice now. I own this music. Get these niggas a few bars. I told y'all a while back, man, I can't wait till I can play music on my podcast. I own this music, so.
Hey, yo, niggas cool doing Merkles once again for they free bass teachers. On these creative players with their EA features. He spray heaters, hit the lab, he slay features. Over these Dre instrumentals, I'm the PA speaker. And the Dodger State Troopers, the freeway creepers. Cause we got a bunch of skills, but we ain't leaving. Strike for the ship, but we ain't zebras.
Underground Kings, they call them the Pillmatic All-Stars, man. Straight up. I've been working, man, trying to legitimize my situation. I'm not content with just people. They don't know that it's offensive to me, but some people address me as a YouTuber, and I'm so much more than that. I'm a director. I'm an executive. I'm a published author. I'm a designer. Shout out to the PA Knits. My hoodies came out this weekend. www.therealdribble.com. My new hoodies came out for the winter. They got the satin lining in them. I got a couple of colorways and shit, orange and black, and I got another one that's black, green, and navy blue or something like that. Fire. Go to the website, www.therealdribble.com. This is what I'm doing. I'm putting out dope. I ain't got no time to do nothing else, man. I'm putting out dope, man. Anybody that's listening, don't let anyone disturb your creative spirit, man. Especially women. Do not let anybody disturb your creative spirit. I was watching a documentary yesterday I think it was called Underdog or something like that. It was about Kurt Warner, quarterback for the St. Louis Rams when they was the greatest show on turf. Y'all remember Kurt Warner? Killer, number 13. Kurt went through a lot, came up through the arena leagues and playing in the middle of nowhere and shit like that. And there was a scene in the movie where his woman says something like, "I'm not interested in waiting on your dream," or something like that. Very, very powerful scene. And I shook my head because this ended up being a Hall of Fame quarterback. And I'm like, man, this shit is all too real. The road, the path to success is a very, very lonely situation. It's just like they don't understand. As accomplished that I am in real life, my family, I'm still like treated like a regular person, a real regular person. And there's conflict at times and shit. Like I have to remind them, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm famous. I can't do that. You feel me? You can't bring nobody around me unannounced. I can't go pick up something for you. I can't run errands for you. I can't generally interact with the public like that. It's not consistent with my brand. If someone sees me, they're normally gonna see me on television or a computer monitor or you listening to me through the airwaves. I don't have no interest in being a regular person and shit. I worked hard to get in position. I am the Dribble now, and everybody got to respect that shit. You feel me? I'm special. I need to be treated special. Like I have demands that I have to install in my relationships and day-to-day life and shit. I can't help how you treat everyone else. You have to treat me special. So some of us know our value. I ain't no regular nigga, man. Like when I get up in the morning, I grab the mouse and get on my MacBook and have outer body experiences all the time. And the finished product is shit like Pillmatic. That all come from my mind. Straight up. I curated that. P.A. Dre produced it. I let him do his thing. I put him with the MCs that he needed. The finished product, flawless. So I appreciate everybody for coming through. I haven't been on a podcast. I'm gonna be back around. This is a major league situation now. Gully TV Media. I'm everywhere. Books, make sure you go get one. I got the autograph joints on my website, www.therealdribble.com. I got merch on my website. Is that shit. www.therealdribble.com. The ultimate entrepreneurial experience curated by a former basketball player. You know what I mean? The Dribble. Nick, appreciate you, baby. Appreciate you, man. Just ran in here, gave him 30 minutes and shit. We still got weed. You gonna blow another one with me, my nigga? About to get up out of here. Follow me on Twitter at GullyTV1. Follow me on Instagram at IamGullyTV_. The truck drivers. I told y'all I was gonna get y'all something. Y'all gave birth to this podcast situation. It was y'all who needed the audio to drive across country. I gave y'all Pillmatic. You're all welcome. Peace. Nick, play my song, my nigga. Let me get up out of here.
I got 4 quarters for you, nigga. How you want it, harder? Baseballs, I was pitching like basketball, pushing a rock. I was the starting point guard for the block. I was the shooting guard when shit got hot. Like John Moran, the youngest nigga in the hood with a spot. Baseballs, I was pitching like basketball.